So hi, Don.
Hi, Don.
Going to the Nicholas Beasley Aviation Museum in Marshall. You ready, Logan?
Yeah.
Let's do this. It's a cool little museum. You're gonna like it. Hey,
What? It's probably like World War
be
One.
nice.
It's probably like World War One.
It is.
I
You're
don't
gonna.
like
There's
World
one in
War
here that you're really gonna like.
I don't like World War.
So here we are, and we're in Marshall, Missouri. We're at the museum here, the Nicholas Beasley, and we're with Bryan Berlin. And you're going to show us around the museum. If you guys don't know about this, they are the best kept secret around for a museum.
Thank you. We appreciate that. It's a neat story that happened early in aviation in our own town, and out of the volunteers have put it together. Out of the 6 examples that are surviving, 3 of them are now back home in Marshall. That's pretty remarkable for volunteers.
It is. You guys had the largest flight training place in the
In
U.S.
the world,
and
yeah.
the world.
In the world,
In
in
the
the
world.
early 1920s, Marshall, Missouri was the largest civilian flying school. So
You guys got to come check this out. You can drive in, you can fly in. It's right next to the airport. Real easy to get to. There's a couple decent restaurants in town, and it's cheap to get in. So if
And
you're
if you wait till summer to fly in, be careful, because there's going to be about $60 million worth of crop dusters up here in the parking area. So it's going to be a challenge to
No
park your
kidding.
plane.
They have a grass runway. I love the
Yeah.
grass runway. I've been on it. So, all right, let's check this out.
The leading edge of the wing was covered with aluminum alloy sheet to preserve the airfoil form, and the completed framework was fabric covered. The wing was fully cantilevered and had no external braces or struts. The center section was flat, but the wingtips had 5 degrees of dihedral angle for stability in flight. It took a year. It's called Bailey. Bailey was part of the John Deere family, but after the Depression, they no longer really did airplane engines. They're very similar in looks. There's just some internal differences that make a little difference in the horsepower. But the LeBlanc was the one that Barney Zimmerly flew with mostly. Now the engine weighs about 200 pounds. So instead of having 400 pounds on the front of your plane, you can carry passengers or mail or ham sandwiches or anything you want to carry besides just a heavy old 400-pound engine.
And it's still rated at 4 gallons per hour.
Yes, and now they oil themselves, but they're air-cooled, so you don't have to worry. That would help him grind all the wood off that he wanted to with a high-speed shaper on a flexible shaft.
Wow.
And we have no record of any accidents, so he must have been pretty damn good with the thing. At the very last, you would use a balancing stand to make sure that you shape both sides the same way.
Big old propeller.
So we have gauges here that are not airplane gauges. Those are actually the gauges for the sprinkler system inside the factory in case of a fire, that were good from 1926 until they tore it down 7 years ago. The system was still working. That's from the fire sprinkler system. And inside the glass is wire. That's safety glass from the factory. So instead of shattering, it would hold it together clear back then. So there's lots of different kinds of airplanes, which means there's lots of different kinds of propellers. So that's why we have, the largest one is probably off of a big box.
Evidently there was a crack in it or something,
Yeah.
and they fixed it down there.
Okay, this one, a guy called me from Williamsburg, Virginia, and he said, I have a propeller, and my dad was going to build an airplane. It's never been on the airplane. And he said, I'd like to donate it. Well, my little brother was the equipment manager for the Washington Redskins. This came from Williamsburg, Virginia on the truck to St. Louis with the Redskins equipment. This has never run. It's never run from 1929. Unbelievable. How the pulleys and the weights all work when you're exercising and doing all these things. Well, then he owned a 195, and so he decided to build.
Is this the way you do this?
Here we go. Ready?
Seat's locked. Brakes. Brakes feel good. Pump. Nothing squishy. Make sure you're in. Let's prime it. Only ever prime it just once. Always seems to be plenty. We're about to start it, so
There we are.
there'll be somebody that says you're wrong.
I'm gonna stand back, okay?
Okay, master is on. You don't have to go too far. So, throttle crack. And we'll clear prop, going hot.
Yeah. See ya. Woo! Gotta get on the bike. I can follow him. Ah! I can't get on the bike. Hold on. Ah! Ah! It's so cold. It's so cold. Oh. No. Woo! That hurt. What is Dad doing? There's Dad's return. So, whew. I crashed, so you have to edit some stuff out.
You crashed?
Yes, I tried to hold the phone and ride the bike. Don't ever do that. When I mean ever.
You didn't tear the phone up, I guess, did you?
No.
Well, that's always good.
Yeah. I hurt my pinky though. My pinky really hurts. No, when I mean really, I sat there for a couple minutes.
Yeah?
Yeah, that hurt.
Not the end of the world.
My pinky was in an odd direction. It probably should have been. To your right.
I know, I'm following my tracks.
by his tracks. Let's follow the tracks. Okay.